Well, the fifth episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has finally come, and there is a lot of things going on in this episode, a lot of setup for the finale, and a lot of big character moments that finally set up the new Captain America coming into the MCU. So let's talk about all that and more. So in this episode, there's quite a few big moments. I think one of the biggest ones, just to kick it right off with that, is of course the battle. We have John Walker taking on the Falcon and Bucky Barnes. And this is one of those fights where I think most people knew exactly how it was going to go. And the fact that John Walker was not going to win against Falcon and Bucky, but while managing to actually hold his own, he does get beat pretty bad. Sam and Bucky end up taking the shield, and next we see that, things are going bad for John. And they go from bad to worse as his arm is broken, they've taken the shield, and now the United States government is not having any of his crap. He's not allowed retirement or anything. He's allowed to walk and be a free man without charges, but that's all they're giving him. So he has lost everything, including his best friend, and the United States government is just trying to wipe it all away and pretend like it's not happening, like they don't care, move on to the next thing. Over on the other side, we have Sam Wilson and Bucky, and it's more of the family drama dynamic. We get a little bit more with the family, them bonding. But before we got to that, we get a very crucial scene. It's Isaiah Bradley sitting face to face with Sam, telling him what exactly happened, the legacy of the super soldier serum, and how that was handled, how the government tried to hide it. And technically, Isaiah Bradley does not exist. They thought he died because of forged records, because the nurse that was there, she wanted it to go that way so he could finally live free and not have to be experimented on. And he ends up showing Sam his scars, and it's one of those disturbing things where you realize that the reason that everything in the MCU in relation to the super soldier serum, like the variant that Thunderbolt Ross has, that's all off the back-breaking experiments they did on Isaiah. So with all that happening, we actually see that Bucky hands over Zemo to the Wakandans once he finds him in Sokovia. What I found interesting was the fact that Zemo was ready to take his death again. He was ready for it and was willing to let Bucky do it. He actually lets him pull the trigger, and it's empty. Bucky's not gonna let him have his way. So again, Zemo accepted that it was his time, but it just did not go that way. Instead, he hands him over to the Dora Milaje, and they're gonna put him in the raft. That's a terrible idea. And Bucky asks for a new favor of the Wakandans. It's to make something new that he's gonna give Sam. A brand new suit. At the end of the episode, we see things fall into place. The Flag Smashers are about to execute what can be considered their most, insane stunt yet. They're in New York, and as all the politicians are voting on what to do with all the refugees, they're not going to have any of that, as suddenly a hack hits the entire council that is debating this on TV. Lights go red, and the episode ends because we're about to enter the last episode, and it looks like there is an attack on everything that the United States stands for currently, and Captain America and Bucky are about to be caught in the center of it. Overall, amazing episode from top to bottom. Highly recommend. Everybody watches it a couple of times. There is a lot to unpack in here, and of course, if you guys want more, our audio commentary for the episode is coming for all members of the audio commentary tier, and there's going to be a lot to go over in this.